What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success, and in this video here, I want to talk to you about how to sell your clothing to complete strangers, okay? People you've never met before in your entire life. I run a Facebook group, and inside of this Facebook group, one of the most common posts that we get inside of this group is that they're able to get a lot of people to their website, all right? We've talked about this before, and for some reason, all these people that come to their website, they just won't buy their product. And what is going on? How exactly do you sell to complete strangers who you've never met before in your entire life? That's what we're gonna cover in this video. Should be a good one. Stay tuned. I could give you all the techniques in the world in terms of how to reach more people and how to get your product seen by more people, whether that's on Instagram or on Facebook. But as long as your clothing isn't creating a connection between the person that you're selling to, and I mean a real connection, you are never going to be able to sell that clothing to complete strangers, okay? You could literally be showing your clothing to the entire world, and as long as your clothing isn't creating that connection, you are never going to be able to sell your clothing to strangers. So why is that? Why is it that in order for you to sell your clothing to complete strangers, you have to actually create a connection with them? Well, because in the real world, in order for you to actually sell something to somebody else, they have to actually want to buy whatever it is that you are selling them. And in order for you to figure out exactly what it is that they want to buy, you have to actually really understand human psychology and exactly what is going on in their brain, what is their identity, what is it that they're actually attached to and that they actually want to buy, as opposed to just creating something for the sake of selling it. Okay, do you see the difference there? There's the difference between actually creating something that you've really thought deeply about what the other person would want and what truly clicks with who they are, versus just creating a t-shirt to try and sell it and make money. At the very core of our strategy for our clothing brand, our strategy is literally to focus on building the most deeply connected brand we possibly can, so that we are resonating on such a deep level with people that they just can't help but buy it, because they feel like we just get them so well and that they truly understand exactly what it is that we represent, what we stand for, and that we're completely aligned with them, and that we're in the same tribe, and that we're a part of the same core group of friends. That's how it should feel, right? I want you to view your clothing brand as if it's a tree, okay? And in order for the tree to grow to its tallest peak, you have to first grow out the roots of the clothing brand, okay? And the roots are basically your brand's actual connection with people in the real world, your brand's ability to deeply resonate with people, to actually connect with them, and to create something that as a brand is almost like another person, okay? That people can truly understand. And once you have all of those roots deepened, then the tree can actually grow to its tallest peak. And without those roots, you're basically just throwing techniques at it that are never basically going to work. So a lot of this involves really, really deep thinking and actually developing really deep insights into what it is that your ideal customer actually wants, okay? And if you're able to do this, you'll notice that people who don't even know you, they've never met you in your entire life, are able to come across your clothing, sense that connection, that they truly understand exactly who you are, because it clicks with them on such a deep level, and they are able to come to the decision to actually buy your product because they actually want it. The second point that I want to mention in this video is that you don't need to create a massive connection right off the bat in order for you to sell to strangers, okay? As human beings, it takes time for us to develop relationships and to actually create a connection. And actually, your brand's ability to express itself clearly will determine how quickly people are able to actually understand who you are and develop that connection so that they're able to buy. But at first, it may take showing your clothing to them several times before they're actually able to build that connection and actually understand who you are before they actually go to your website and buy your product. And that's totally fine, okay? Brands like Nike that you've known your entire life, you want to buy their product because as a kid, you were growing up hearing Nike and knowing that Nike's a big brand and getting all this social proof about Nike, so that by the time you're 14 and you want some shoes, you're going, okay, Nike. I know Nike. I trust Nike. Nike's been everywhere my entire life, okay? We're not quite at that point yet, so we want to create a connection, and that can happen slowly over time. But as long as you're actually relating with people and actually getting inside their head and giving them what they want, you will eventually start to make sales to strangers. So I want to summarize all the main points in this video for you so that you're actually able to pull out all of the nuggets of value in this video and apply them to your clothing brand so that you're able to actually sell clothing to strangers. And the number one thing that we talked about in this video is your ability to actually connect with people, okay, and actually connect with your ideal customers. So right now, if your clothing brand isn't making sales to strangers, this is a large indicator that there's something in your brand that isn't establishing a connection with your ideal customer, okay? There's a gap there. They don't quite understand who you are yet. They're not able to completely click in and understand exactly who you are. And maybe that's because you haven't quite figured out who you are yet, and that's completely fine. It's a journey, right? It's a process, but you want to continuously think about how you can actually connect with people on a really deep level, okay? Constantly add tweaks to your brand. You don't need to fully, come up with a new brand if you've already got one right now, but tweak it in a way that actually connects with somebody, that actually connects with them on a really deep level. The second main point to pull out of this video is that if you're a startup clothing brand right now and you've only been around for a couple of months, it can actually take time to actually establish a connection with your ideal customer. And they may need to see several Instagram posts in order for them to actually want to buy your product, okay? If you don't have all that social proof helping to establish you as a credible source, you may need to show your product to them again and again before they actually decide that, yeah, this is something that connects with me, this is something that I want to buy, okay? So you also need to be patient, all right? On the other hand, if you've been around for a while and you've been making tons of posts and you still aren't somehow clicking and able to sell to strangers, then there's obviously something inside of your brand that you definitely need to tweak so that you're actually able to give them exactly what they want. Guys, I've given it everything that I have in this video to really help you grow your clothing brand so that you can actually start to sell to strangers, okay? So I really hope that you guys put this in practice. I'm really focused on what you guys want as clothing brand owners trying to grow your brands, and actually I'm really focused on getting you guys the results for your own clothing brand and just helping you out as much as possible. I really hope you guys like this video, and if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for apparel success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the Facebook group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.